a big issue for teams, Greg, this time of year, keeping players healthy for the long haul. Coaches, we're seeing, starting to adjust rotations, keeping an eye on guys' minutes.
And, Kevin, it's such a long season. The teams have to keep the key players fresh. It's not a strategy everyone loves, but it's a necessary concern in today's NBA.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Bay and Bagley will slot in at small and power forward. Cunningham is out there with Corey Joseph, and it's Stewart in at center. Now, here's Cunningham. Joseph, the pass to Stewart. And now, Philadelphia on the break. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
This speaks to how confident Tobias Harris is in his offensive game, ready to shoot as soon as that ball reaches him.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I caught up with Stephen Silas a little bit ago. He wants his guys to focus on jamming the perimeter shooters. He wants hard closeouts, no room to operate. He knows what this team can do if you give them any space on the outside to shoot. And they're going to be determined not to let that happen. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Obviously, the three ball is a big concern for any defense. On defense, Detroit, after Tobias Harris getting his shot to go from deep. And that one's good. Thibault.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And continuing to press their advantage, they're not taking their foot off the gas.
Here's Cunningham after the Sixers pick up two. The pass to Bay. Melton against Cunningham. And Brett, what about the play of Cunningham?
Well, he had a solid first year in the league, especially with the added pressure of being the #1 pick. Kind of a tough situation playing in Detroit for a team that's exploring a lot of young talent. So not only do you have to perform, you have to find a way to lead. And I think the expectations around Cade Cunningham were fulfilled for the Detroit Pistons.
And so Cunningham nails both of them.
Well, you look at the counting numbers for Cade Cunningham. He fills up a stat sheet. The key for him moving forward, though, efficiency.
Harris against Bagley. Takes it from 10. Again, Philadelphia.
And early on, they looked great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. 7-point differential. And you talk about Cade's efficiency. Greg on a struggling team, that can be a challenge.
Yeah, without great shooters around him, he's forced into taking tough shots or turnovers. And as the team improves, though, I think the percentages should come around.
He with the bucket. And what you take, guys, in the hustle space for the 76ers.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
Your Sixers dance team.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And a different look here for the Pistons. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Stewart. Robert Covington comes in for Bagley. Burks, he's checked in for Sadiq Bey. And Diallo subbed in for Joseph. Here's Korkmaz. Last game out, he had 14. A minute 50 left in the first. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Here's P. And Greg, beyond the lottery picks, this Pistons team has a lot of young players looking to make a name for themselves.
Second-round picks are guys let go by their first team. There's an underdog quality to the roster, guys hungry to prove they belong.
On the court for the Pistons, Bagley and Stewart make up the inside pair. Corey Joseph is out there with Alec Burks, and it's Bay in at the 3. Pistons trail by 10. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hi, Kevin. Well, P in the last game against the Pistons had a huge game. He finished with 20 points and throughout the game took smart, efficient shots that found the bottom of the net. That was just the latest in a solid string of performances from him. Obviously looking to keep the momentum going here this evening. We'll see how he does, Kevin.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
They're going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
Bay, no good. The 76ers leading by 12. High post, Embiid. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And showcasing that overwhelming strength, Embiid is so skilled at finishing over the aggressive defense.
That was the 2K drive, as that move deserved another look.
And putting that pressure on the rim, that's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Now, here's Joseph. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Six to shoot. There's the triple. No good on that one. And the 76ers go the other way with it. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
Now, here's Bagley, and he gets the bucket. Bagley's got his first points of the game.
Working around the rim, Bagley a tough cover there because of his quickness.
Good, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Well, you never want to concede a game before you play it. That said, though, they were just overmatched.
Tough thing about that one is they also were playing a poor opponent, so no fire in that game. And that sticks with you a little bit.
The 76ers making a change here. Harden's checked in, and the Pistons making a change here as well. Cunningham's checked in. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And you hear the term point forward. But then, Greg, you had Magic Johnson, 6'9", but still a point guard. So what's the difference?
Well, when you talk about a point forward, it's someone whose versatility extends to their playmaking. Magic is the rare talent who redefined the point guard position. Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Pistons trail by 18. Pass to Bay. 1:31 left here in the second. Stewart kicks to Cunningham. Shot clock at 5. A 3. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Embiid's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Harden. Embiid trying to break loose. And the basket by Harden. And the 76ers lead by 20.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Cunningham looking it over. Bagley kicks to Cunningham. Drives to the hoop. Detroit needs to get off a shot. And the shot goes down.
Just flat-out playmaking from Cade. This is why he was picked first overall.
The 76ers leading by 18. Passes it to P. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Outside, Joseph. And there's the feed to Bagley. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Bagley's got 6 points in the quarter.
Bagley's ability to score here has a lot to do with the attribute of quickness.
To the inside. P with the bucket. And it's 8 points for P.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You got to like what P has done in this game.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
So with Harden on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Harris and Embiid are manning the post positions. DeAnthony Melton out there with P, and it's Thibault in at the 3 spot. Now here's Bay. He's been quiet so far, still no points in the game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Got that one up quick.
Tobias Harris becoming better and better from that range.
Pistons trail by 20, and since Tobias Harris got his big contract with the Sixers, Greg, some say they chose him over Jimmy Butler.
And while Tobias is nice, he's never been an all-star. And that's one of the few downsides to a big payday. Some might say he's overpaid. I'm sure he'll take the trade-off.
And the shot goes in.
Bay reading the defense and just slashing through.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
You got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, hold the right strings. That's what they love to do.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Here's P. 8 points for him. Cunningham outside.
And wow, coming from Cade, that's good stuff.
And one more look at that fantastic Mobile One drop.
And that's a thing of beauty. Certain plays, almost no words. You just sit back and appreciate.
Embiid, the pass to Pete. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Pistons trail by 18. Cunningham outside. Up top, Bay. High arcing shot. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Now here's Joseph. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Stewart trying to get open. Shot by Joseph, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Gets it to go. That one good for Melton.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And Coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
The 76ers will go for a different look here. Harrell, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. P.J. Tucker comes in for Tobias Harris. Korkmaz, he's checked in for Matisse Thybulle. And it's Harden in for Pete. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Nerlens Noel checks in for Stewart. Robert Covington comes in for Marvin Bagley. Burks, he's checked in for Sadiq Bey. And Diallo subbed in for Corey Joseph. 1:57 left in the third quarter of the game. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Cunningham finds Burks. Diallo with it. Shot clock at 6. Shot to stop the run. And it's Noel missing.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Harden outside. Pass to Melton. Over Cunningham. Melton, no good. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for Detroit. 1:07 left to play here in the third. Harden against Diallo. Outside Covington. Off target from outside. 76ers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Korkmaz passes to Harrell. Count it. Harrell's got 5.
He gets really excited about finishing through contact.
And for the Pistons, they're shooting for the game at 42%. Cunningham dishes it to Burks. Back to Cunningham. 34 seconds left in the third. Diallo has the open look. Drills the three-pointer. Diallo's got his second bucket.
And in getting that 3 to go, he snaps an 11-0 run by Philadelphia.
Here's Korkmaz. He has 6. Back to Melton. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Diallo. Burks in the corner. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Philadelphia finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. Barring a disaster, it would appear they've got this game in the bag. We come back right after this. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Philadelphia shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Bay and Bagley will slot in at small and power forward. Corey Joseph is out there with Alec Burks. And it's Olynyk in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Joseph finds Burks. Here's Bagley. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And we've seen not only some new trophies introduced, but Greg, some of the existing ones have been updated. You okay with that?
Oh, I am. In particular, a nice touch to have the previous winners etched into the base of the Larry O'Brien trophy. That's a great way to connect with the history of the game.
That's good from Bagley.
And the game Bagley has reminds me a little bit of Chris Bosh, a sweet lefty who plays with force and passion.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Bassey's checked in. And it's Reed in for Harris. Hayes, he's checked in for Detroit. He's checked in for the 76ers. P comes in for George Niang. Detroit also making some changes. Stewart's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. And Kate Cunningham subbed in for Hayes.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's P. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Here's Burks. That one a little long. The 76ers have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Right wing to the middle. Here's P. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. 16 points for P.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Bounce pass from Cunningham. Stewart kicks to Burks. And the 3-ball is good.
Look, if you're a big man that feeds the little guy, man, you deserve the ball back. Nice look from Stewart.
76ers moving the ball around. Hilton the pass to P. And he uses the glass on the layup. P's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
Yeah, he's feeling it. Keep feeding him until he misses.
He kicks to Cunningham. Pass to Burks. And it's Reed pulling it down.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Personal foul.
It's going to go on Alec Burks.
At the line for Philadelphia.
Let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the 76ers.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
All game long, they've just done a great job of keeping the pressure on the defense and penetrating with the pass. They've gotten everything inside, and they've converted there.
And the free throw off from P. Brett, with the way shooting has evolved, do you think they might move the three-point line further out at some point?
I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon, but I have heard some great ideas, and who knows?
Diallo finds Hayes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stolen. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the 76ers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so now on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for P.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And for Hayes, that floater is going to become a big-time weapon. Not able to get to the rim all the time at his size.
Here's P, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Killian Hayes.
4th team foul. At the line for your Sixers. At the line for 2.
No good on that one. And some changes here for the 76ers. Bassey's checked in. And it's George Niang in for Korkmaz. Brown is checked in for the Pistons. Duran comes in for Alec Burks. Hayes the pass to Diallo. Hayes with it. He kicks to Covington. And here's Hayes. Clock at 6. Outside Covington. That 3 off the mark. Here's P. Defended by Covington. All by himself. And that one is hammered home.
Quick hands by Hayes with the steal there, and he gets that fast break going.
Milton kicks it to Tucker. Passes to P. Here's Bassett. He's covered by Brown. Here's P. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.